This year's third race of the UCI City Mountainbike competition is hosted by Graz, Austria. It's the first time Austria welcomes City Mountainbike, the land of Sissi and Emperor Franz Josef and the famous waltz. But this time we're not here to waltz, but to compete on the highest level.
The course is cool. It's a fair course, always wide in the inner city, and I always like the inner city courses. Spectators can watch from the coffee, so it's a really cool course.
It's going to be warm. It's really hot out there today. The course is fun. A lot of speed, a lot of fun obstacles, and it's going to be a close fight, I imagine, like always. I'm going to give it all, definitely.
I'm here in Graz for revenge for Volterra because I had a chain break, so I think I was able to win in Volterra. And I finished fourth at the first place, and I hope today it's going to be better.
I will defend my leader's jersey today with Van Eck, and so the battle is very tight. Differences are small, but I will give it all. We have the Dutch champion Jeroen Van Eck, who has come to perform. Anton Olstam, always into a fine battle. Fabrice Mels defends the Belgian flag. Simon Gegenheimer, he knows what he has to aim for. And the world champion Titouan Panet-Gagné, fast as a shark. Just like his fellow countryman Hugo Briata, who is the fastest in the qualification. And then we have the home riders, Elias Tranninger, Daniel Federspiel, and for France, Lorenzo Ceres. Ladies time with Colin Closure, Irina Popova, and the fastest on this track for the Netherlands, Anne Terpstra, less than a second faster than Ingrid Jacobsen. This is the result of the qualification round for race 3.
Yeah, time trial today was really good. I don't went 100%, so I save my energy for the upcoming heats, and yeah, we will see how it works.
Top 8 is really strong. Every race is different when you watch the winner. So to be honest, I don't know who's gonna win. I will give it all, and then we will see.
Give it all is exactly what they have to do. In the first heat of the 8 finals, it's Hugo Briata taking the best start, leading before Horvath, Gegenheimer and Planas. In the first double turn, he slips away Briata and falls. The French rider has to fight back from the last place. It doesn't take him more than a couple of 100 meters to regain the leader's position. Briata is Superman. Only Gegenheimer succeeds to stay in his slipstream. Briata and Gegenheimer, they qualify for the quarterfinals. Jeroen Van Eck takes a bullet start in Heat 2. He fights with Ceres. Titarenko and Rauscher are background actors. It is crystal clear that Van Eck and Ceres will qualify for sure, if nothing happens. And indeed, nothing happens. Van Eck and Ceres very easily to the next round. Jeroen Van Eck, Dutch champion. Rogier and Lind take the lead in Heat 3. But the Belgian rider Jay Bitterbier fights his way to place 2. And while Rogier and Bitterbier are discussing about how they will finish, it's Edwin Lind who comes back and pushes his way through to the second place. Bitterbier and Lind to the next round. What a finish, what a disappointment for Rogier. Pretty stupid, I would say. big fight in Heat 4 with Mels deploying his power. Only Widen seems to be able to follow. Mels looking backwards and he sees the competition fails. Saving energy in the final part, and he offers the fans in the end of this stage a wheelie when crossing the finish line. Thank you, Mels and Widen, they are still on. Heat 5, and the Austrian Daniel Federspiel takes the first turn as the leader of the pack. Klausman is second. Prudek tries to keep the pace. It is Keinspiel. No play for Federspiel. No problems for Klausman and Federspiel, finishing 1 and 2. Three heats to go, and Hawk is flying his way to first position. Meniketti is second. But then there is a jump forward maneuver of Alberto Fernandez. The Spanish rider comes back and hits for glory. Fernandez and Hawk, they qualify for the next round. Olstam is the favorite in the last but one heat. He's leading from the start to almost finish. Great performance of Olstam. But his lack of concentration offers qualification to Gutman and Tranninger. This must be a nightmare for Olstam. Look what he does. He's asleep. Sorry, my friend, these two go on. No nightmare for Perrin Gagné. He took the European title just one day earlier and is flavoring this race also. Controlling, racing, looking around, offering qualification victory to Gomez, and stays attentive till the finish. As it should be. Terpstra, Gorička, Klosure and Nijsi. They are launched in the first quarterfinals women. Colin Klosure takes the best start. Terpstra is second. The French champion and Terpstra dominate this race. It looks like a piece of cake, even though Gorička comes pretty close at the end of this heat. Entering the second round, Klosure and Terpstra. They qualify for the semis.
I was behind a French girl. She had a really good start, but I could just take second, and I tried to save enough energy for the heats that were about to come.
Collin, Holmegaard, Krasnikova and Klosel. They are competing in the second of the last 16. Holmegaard and Klosel take the qualifying positions 1 and 2. Collin hangs on. And then she moves to second, and a couple of seconds later to the leading position. The fight is tight, the stakes are high. But the French ladies are the strongest. We will see them later this day in the next round. Jacobsen, Tesserova, Borelli, and Gustafsson. They are getting ready for their quarterfinal. Jacobsen is the favorite and she goes fast, very fast. Borelli is close, as is Tesarova. Will these three fight for qualification, or can Gustafsson come back? It still is possible in this phase of the race. Gustafsson having problems. The three others fighting for qualification. 1, 2, 3. But in which order will they come over the finishing line? Tesarova and Jacobsen qualify easily. Turobos, Popova, Poets and Solheim are the last of the list. And what a superb start of Irina Popova, the Ukrainian, followed by Turobos. Great fight. And in the opening stage of the second lap, Poets moves forward into second. But she overestimated just a little bit her power. And so Popova and Turobos, they qualify for the next round. Last 16 men, and with Briata, Van Eck, Ceres and Gegenheimer, we have a quartet for a potential final. After a deep breath, they kick off with Briata. Who else taking the immediate lead? Gegenheimer is second, but is very fast overtaken by Van Eck. What a race. What a tense fight. Nowhere is for Briata. It's the battle for second place that is interesting here. Briata is the champion of the day, that's clear. But Gegenheimer's legs don't cooperate today. Briata and Van Eck will qualify for the next stage. Ceres surprisingly ends only fourth.
I gave everything, and I made a good start. And in the climb, I pushed very hard to get the first place all along.
Mels, Widen, Bitterbeer and Lind. Which two of these four shall we meet again in the semis? It's close, but Widen comes out first of the Red Bull ramp, followed by Mels, Bitterbeer and Lind. The Swedish rider clearly cannot follow this high pace. Mels has taken over the lead now. Widen and Bitterbeer following and battling for qualification. Mels controlling. How powerful he is. It comes to a sprint, won by Widen. Mels and Widen, they compete and they continue. 2 to go, and we see Federspiel, Hawk, Fernandez and Klausman under the starting bow. A great start of Fernandez, but the other two are nearby. With Federspiel in second position, controlling. All the pressure is on Fernandez's shoulders, while Federspiel is just playing with the competition. The home rider. When it goes uphill, Federspiel overtakes Fernandez and wins. Klausman comes too short. Goodman, Perret-Gagné, Gomez and Tranninger. They will fight for the final 2 places in the semis. World and European champion Perret-Gagné is again the fastest. Goodman is second, but cannot withhold Tranninger. Beautiful images of this race in this great town, Graz. Gomez has divided his energy and power the best. And when it goes uphill, he will climb literally from the last to the first place. What a finish. Gomez and Gagné, they qualify. Terpstra, Closure, Collin and Clauzel. 3 French riders, 1 Dutch. The battle seems unfair. Closure takes the best start, but 5 times Dutch champion Terpstra is second. The other 2 are out of the picture. At least, it seemed so. Because Collin fights her way back into the picture and will finally beat her fellow countrywoman for second place. Great performance of Terpstra. The Dutch woman wins this race. It was a tight fight. We were 3 French. It was difficult, but I kept believing and I made it. The always smiling Jacobsen, Turobos, Popova and Tesarova. We have 2 places still open and unfilled in the final. Jacobsen and Turobos are leading. Popova is still following and moving forward. Ukrainian girl is very powerful uphill, but Jacobsen is still resisting. The race is still on when we hit the final lap, with Popova in control. Jacobsen second. Without accidents, it's clear these 2 will qualify. They are the strongest of the 4. And so they do. Popova heading for the finish line. Jacobsen finishing second.
The hill is not as hard as Volterra, but it definitely takes a lot of power to get up there. But managed to pull a way through, and now we're in the final.
But first, the men's semis. With Briata, who looks focused. Mels, ready. Van Eck, spanned. We then relaxed. Briata is the best starter, and again he shows it. Van Eck is second. He slips out of his pedals and he cannot hold his position. He's out. Briata and Mels are heading for the finals. Van Eck is literally broken-chained. Bad luck for the Dutchman. Here he is, walking with his chain in his hand. And in the meantime, Van Eck, having the problems, watches and witnesses how Briata and Mels qualify for the finals. What a disillusion this must be for the Dutchman.
Nou, uphill, the first 10 meters, Briata pulled away very, very hard, and Jeroen tried to close the gap, and he broke his chain like the first 10 meters. So then I tried to go to Briata, but yeah, he was already far away, and the Swedish guy was also far away, behind me. So now, yeah, then I went easy and tried to save as much energy for now, because now I'm in the big final again.
Federspiel. Perret-Gagné. Fernandez. And Gomez. They all seem to have fun, but when it comes to racing, it suddenly becomes serious. They pass the first stage of the heat in the order mentioned just before, with Federspiel leading just in front of Perret-Gagné. Federspiel, the man with the power. Perret-Gagné taking over. Powerful as well. Also light-footed. Federspiel knows if he can keep his competitor away and finishes second, he will qualify, and so he does. Perret-Gagné and Federspiel.
Semi-final, really fast with Federspiel and the Spanish Mignoran Fernandez. And yes, I just try to do my best and cut the finish line at the first position. It's the most important.
The women's final, with Terpstra, Jacobsen, Collin and Popova flavoring this Austrian final. Jacobsen taking the immediate lead, followed by Terpstra. The Dutch girl takes over the lead in the small grass streets. Beautiful surrounding, lots of fans as well in the streets and on the big place. Watch Popova, she's not out of the picture yet, coming through the inside, great move. Heading for second. Terpstra still leading, Popova second. Jacobsen suddenly in fourth position. It'll cost her a serious effort, and it seems that she has a mental breakdown. She stays fourth. Terpstra heading for a win, and Popova still second. Positions stay unchanged, and Terpstra wins before Popova, Collin and Jacobsen.
The climb, I lost 2 positions. I was fourth out on the last lap. And, I gave it everything, but the other girls were really strong. And then you really can't complain because I did my best.
I got second in the first corner, and I knew that the Norwegian girl probably would be a little bit less strong than I was. So I tried to make my move already before the climb, and that worked out. And then actually I just went the 1.5 lap that was left just full gas. I didn't even dare to look if somebody was behind me, but luckily it was good enough.
One race to go, one final with Briata, Federspiel, Mels and the extremely talented Perret-Gagné. European Championship a day earlier, and all the races today have been too much for the champ. He plays no role of importance in this race, in this final. It's Briata time. It's Briata starring in this race. Pushed to his limits by home rider Federspiel. Mels is in third. These positions seem to be secured. Briata controlling, the rest following. So far, so good. For Briata, Federspiel moved in second, Mels now third. And Perregagné still fourth, last position. One climb to go. Mels trying to keep on. Briata trying to keep Federspiel away. What a jump on the last climb. The home rider, Federspiel. Pushing it all. Taking over and winning this final, winning this race in his hometown. What a performance. And he shouts it out.
I gave it all in the climb to stay in lead of the race, but Daniel passed me just at the final straight line, and he was stronger than me, I think.
Yeah, the half of the climb, I attack him, and yeah, I have much more power like him. And yeah, it works, and now I'm the winner in my hometown, and yeah, I'm really happy about that. So yeah, tonight we can drink some beer.
Let's have a look at the men's result of race 3. And this is the women's result. And with Terpstra on the top position of the podium, we head for the final classification after 3 races.
I've had a good day. You can't complain when you're competing for the medals in the big final. But wasn't stronger today, and then you have to take the consequences of it. But really happy to still be in Jersey.
The men's classification with Van Eck on top before Ceres and Briata.
I was equal in points with Ceres, and I knew today would be a big day, and that I'm now kind of the winner and the current World Cup leader makes me really happy at this moment, and it shows all the effort I put in today and the whole weekend.
Thanks for watching us. See you next time in Apeldoorn.